Hey guys, today I got a little different type of video for you. If you're one of my subscribers, stay tuned for more small engine repair videos here pretty soon. If you came to this video for how to repair your washing machine, replacing the pump and the belt, feel free to check out the rest of my channel. I do a lot of small engine repair videos, and feel free to check that out. As you can see, this one I'm working on it from the back side, because you can had a cardboard on the back and just had a few screws around holding it. But if it don't have a removable back, you have to tilt it up and work on it from the bottom, which can be a lot harder. You'll see here in a minute where the pump's at on this. But all of them are different, but they're all similar at the same time. So you can also see what this has been leaking for a while. Just never did notice. We'll put new gaskets or probably new hoses on it while we got it out, just to take care of that. So let's go ahead and get started on it. So anyway, on to the video here. What I'm going to be doing today is replacing the water pump and the belt on this hot point washer. It's a model WLW3400SBLWH. As you can see, the water pump's been leaking on it, and as far as I can tell, it's the only water leak on it, besides the hoses were leaking some. I first took it out, it went like this. Water started pouring out around here, so I'm guessing the seal's bad. There's a part number on the pump itself. So the part number I crossed it to came up to WH23X42 for the pump, and it looks just like it. You can see there's 4 hoses that come into it, and it's got this rubber coupler here on it. You notice the belt's not turned. That's because there's a clutch here to engage the belt, and the belt's still good. You can see it's a little greasy because there's actually an oil leak on the transmission back here. Kind of hard to see on the video, but I'm not going to fool with repairing that right now, because this is an old washer and just trying to get by with it. If the oil leak gets much worse, we'll tear into it and try to fix it. But that's the only reason I'm replacing the belt, because I got it all apart anyway. I figured might as well replace it. And the parts for it didn't cost a whole lot. I got the pump ordered, supposed to be in tomorrow. I got the belt here. The belt only cost like $4 for it. You can see the part number it's on here. I don't think the oil leak's real bad at this point, but we'll see how it does and make sure nothing else is wrong with it. So anyway, let's get to replacing it. For right now, I'm just going to take this coupler off and replace the belt. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on replacing the belt. I gotta wait for the pump to come in, but it'll be on the same video here. As soon as I get done with this, you'll see me working on the pump. Okay, on this particular one, you'll see a screw here. This basically acts like a hose clamp. You got another screw on the bottom part, so we're going to take these loose, and it should slide off of here and come up off of this. I'm going to leave the pump installed for right now, that way I know where the hoses go when I get the pump in tomorrow. We're going to go ahead and get the belt out. I'm just doing that to give me a little extra room to get in there and take it out. See water coming out of there. That's all that clamp does, is hold this rubber piece onto this. Get that clamp out of there. Okay, so you want to try to get a screwdriver underneath here and pry it up like this. And you can see this here, it's split. I guess it's supposed to be like that. You can see the water coming out of that pump there. That's where I first noticed it was leaking when I did that. You can see how that water's coming out of there. I ain't supposed to do that. Okay, to get the belt off, I'm going to try to reach up underneath here and pull it off that back pulley. Yeah, that belt was worse than I thought, as you can See there, it wouldn't have lasted too long. Now what I'm going to do off camera, I'm going to go ahead and degrease all this where you see the oil and everything. It's not as bad as it looks, but a lot of it's just from the belt slipping and grinding it off. So we'll get right back to you after we get this cleaned up and put the new belt on. Alright guys, I got it cleaned up about as good as it's going to get. It don't have to be perfect. You can see here I got the new belt with the old belt. I'm just sizing it up here to check it, make sure it's right. The new belt's just, you know, a hair smaller, which it will be. So we know we got the right belt. We'll go ahead and put the new one on basically the same way we took the old one out. Feed it in here and put it on the small pulley first. I know I'm probably blocking you there, but can't really help it. You just gotta get started on the big pulley and pretty much just turn it on there. It's easier said than done. And there it is. You just start putting it on there and just turn the pulley and the belt kind of peels on it the same way you see me take it off. I don't know how well you can see it there because I have my hand up there blocking it. And there's not going to be a super amount of tension on this, it's not going to be as tight as a fan belt on a vehicle, but it's still going to be pretty snug. It's a lot tighter than the old one was, you can see. So that's all we can do here for right now. I will get to, like I said, the next thing you'll see in the video here is me putting the water pump in when I get the new one. Alright guys, it's 2 days later. As you can see, I got the new pump here. Came in a little later than it was supposed to. And for this particular washer, it's the part number, it's actually a GE part number, WH23X42. And from what I gathered, this is very common. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, even before I take the old one out, I'm going to go ahead and put the flexible coupling on here and make it a little bit easier if I can do this part on here. You can see it'd probably be kind of tricky to get that lined up down there, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. That should make it a little easier. On this particular one, if you look here, the part that has the grooves is what went on the motor, and the smooth part is what goes on the pump. Just going to set the clamp on here. Make sure I got the smooth side. That's why I wanted to go ahead and get this done on this part. That way it's that much I don't have to fool with. And this just tightens up like a hose clamp. You gotta look around, make sure you get it on there even. Just tighten it up all the way and snug. You heard that click, my screwdriver's broke here. See, I got it even all the way around. That's good enough. Good to go. I think this clamp was actually one the other way around, but I don't think it matters. Alright guys, next thing you want to do is go and get all 4 of your hoses unhooked. Be a good time to take a picture of it. That way you won't forget where it's at. You see I already took my picture of it. Just because I got the video here too. And to get the hoses loose, you'll just use a pair of channel locks. And since there's probably a little bit of water in there, I made a little catch pan, ice cream bucket to put on there. Catch any water. Make it a little easier to clean up. You just want to get it loose like this. Should be able to pull that hose right off of it. There you go. See, I figured there'd be some water in there. But this is going to be the same on all of them. You want to be a little more careful on this white one because it's got like a plastic on there instead of rubber. It's not really a rubber hose. So let me get all the hoses loose and we'll get the bolts out. Okay, at this point, you notice I got all the hoses off. You can kind of put them off to the side here. You can see you got quite a bit of play in it. This one will kind of fold down here. That way you don't have to worry about them being in your way here. And I done filled up that pan twice, so there was quite a bit of water still in that pump. But you got 3 screws and hold them on. You can see the brackets right here. Hold them on. Try to get a view of them here. Yeah, you can see it. The screw here, then there's one back here, then one on the back. So we're going to take these 3 screws loose. They're a 5/16 drive. Okay, I just got one more screw in the front here. And that's pretty much it. And now's a good time to compare it just to make sure you get the right part. You can see all the mounting's the same. So it's the identical part. Alright guys, basically at this point we're going to do everything backwards what we already did. I'm sorry if I'm blocking the camera there. Go ahead and get that coupler started on that thing and get the first bolt hole lined up. Just get the front started by hand and go ahead and get the other one started. And we'll get right back to you on hooking the hoses up. Alright guys, it's about a half an hour later after I lost and found one of the 3 screws. I dropped it and ended up down here in the middle, right here beside the motor. Ended up down there. Looked everywhere, couldn't find it. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and put the clamp on here. You want to loosen this up about all the way, make it easier to work with. You can see I got the clamp on here. We'll have to walk it up on there. Go ahead and get the screw in it, and we'll make sure it's even all the way around. And we'll make sure it's even. And turn them free, so it looks even, so it's about right. It's pretty neat how these couplers work. I ain't never seen one before because quite like this. To be honest with you guys, this is the first time I did a major repair on an appliance, a washing machine that is. But you gotta learn by doing. I just hope that's all that's wrong with it. I hope there ain't no other leaks. So let's go ahead and get the hoses put back on there. And this would be a good time to refer to your picture that you took earlier, in case you forgot where your hoses go. One thing that's easy to memorize, see, they pretty much fall back into place. Your 2 small ones are here, your 2 bigger ones are on the back side, so that makes it a little bit easier. Actually, I think I'm going to hook the big ones up first. Okay, so the black one goes on the back side here. And we'll make sure it's on there as far as it will go. And we'll get the clamp moved down a little bit by hand there. You can see an imprint in the hose where it was before. Just put it back on there and it should be good enough. And do the same thing on this one. This one's a lot harder to work with. It took me a while because this is a different type of clamp. It kept wanting to twist on me and doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one off camera and we'll hook these up real quick. Okay, so I finally got that. This one just goes here. And this one goes over here and put these clamps on. These are a lot easier. Let me go get that one and make it. It's easier if you go sideways like this. I'll go ahead and get this one off camera, speed up the video a little bit, but it goes on the same as the others. Alright guys, that's everything here, so I guess we'll go ahead and take the washer back in there and hook it up, and we'll fire it up here and take a look at everything in action and make sure there's no other leaks that we didn't know about, and see what we got to do to fix that if that's the case. But I think that's pretty much all that was wrong with it. Get them all the way and just snug it. They don't have to be super tight, but just pay attention to how everything was when you took it apart, and hopefully everything works right. So it's ready to go. just poked it with a screwdriver and went all the way through. Hey guys, it's a little while later here. I figured I'd go ahead and mention this one in the video here. As you seen there, everything was running good as far as the pump and the belt goes, but there's still another leak. I got looking at it a little further here on the outer tub. You seen a picture of that dripping there, and I just poked it with a screwdriver to see if it was just surface rust. And the screwdriver went all the way through it, and I made the hole that big. And I got looking around and found another spot here and a couple other spots. I'll put in some pictures here while I'm talking of the other holes I found. There's really no way to fixing it. I thought about trying to weld it, but didn't really see no way of doing it since it's rusted so bad. I thought about fiberglassing it or something from the inside, but when it's that bad, you're just better off to just junk it, really, and that's what we decided to do, and ended up getting a new one. I'm going to save the new pump and the new belt and everything, just have on hand. Might run into somebody that needs it or something, because it's a pretty universal part, really. If it's got the 4 hoses and that type of coupler, it'll pretty much work on it. I'm going to save the motor and some of the other electrical stuff on it, and a couple other miscellaneous parts, but then I'll haul the rest in for scrap. Well guys, thanks for watching. At least I showed you how to fix the water pump, but if your tub's leaking like that, you might as well just plan on replacing it. But, well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.